Hello there and welcome back to France. Well, we are, as far as I know, building a transport fleet and otherwise just plotting to attack someone. As you can see, we do have a very negative thing here with Great Britain actually taking the, well, entirety of USA. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. I can actually force the release of USA. That would actually be quite fun, I think. We should release them for fun, I guess one could call them. It would be fun if I could actually release them as a... with the Cherokee culture and as shamanists. That would be hilarious, to be quite honest. So let's see. I'll actually just go ahead and turn that off because well, it's just in the way every single time. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm currently attempted to restart the night game, take a little, or maybe even just take a little bit of break, do a couple of other achievements, and get back to it. Because as things are now, I will not be doing pretty bad in that one, and I'm actually doing pretty bad or poorly here too, but that doesn't really matter. We will most likely play this one to the end and see how we can actually, or see if I can find a way around coalitions, or basically find a way to appease them so that I can actually get be able to war them without having the entire world join in, more or less. So yeah, we'll see how that plan actually works out. But for the time being, I'll be plotting some things here. And I'll most likely be doing a little bit of thinking on talking about why this game actually, or why I will not be able to pull this off. But as I said, or as we have already said, I'll most likely do a war against Muscovy here. We'll be trying to cut them off to see if I can actually do that. Basically take these 6 provinces and see if the eastern part then actually becomes or gets colony status, which in turn would mean that I could get them for virtually free or very cheaply at the very least. So we'll be plotting to do that, and we'll see how it turns out. Also, while I'm at it, on the sense of the fact that, with the fact that the USA now has some cores in the area, and they actually have some English cores as well. I think they actually got a lot of these things as cores. Yeah, they did get a lot of England or the English colonies as cores. So what I can potentially do here, just for fun, is to actually annex England and then release, well, USA. And I don't know about you guys, I think we'll have some fun wars, but I'll mostly just be playing this with the goal of having fun and simply testing out some tactics here to see if I can actually vassalize Canada, use that to eat the Norwegian colonies and so forth, plans like that. We got a new heir, Louis 303, should be well, he sucks more or less. He's your average Republican, or not Republican, that's, wow, I'm really not functioning. He's your average guy you get from a republic. That is what I was getting at. But yeah, we'll have to see how it turns out. I'll probably go for, as I said, the annexation of some of my vassals at the very least, just to make sure that I can actually start getting some more diplomatic points again. Because as you can see, right now I'm not getting any, and with that heir, I won't be getting any in the future either. So this guy will probably live forever. And the heir will probably do it too. So I do actually have the same dynasty though that the Danes have. Well, they're a vassal of mine, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we'll consider how we'll do, who we will fight, and we'll see how it all turns out. As you can see, all my diplomats are busy, and will most likely not get into war in the future. I'm currently also planning to, as I said, annex Portugal, and England is currently on my schedule. And we'll consider what we'll do after that. But what I really wanted to do this episode, I guess I could say we'll be changing it up a little bit, or at least the end of this French game, simply to make sure that you guys don't get too bored with it, so that I don't get too bored with it. So I'll basically be leaving a suggestion of this video, but I'll be using this video as more or less a, I guess you could call it a tool for myself, and also for you guys to realize what I did wrong here and why it didn't actually go as planned. And, well, the first thing that didn't actually go as planned is the Burgundian inheritance event. As you know, when we began here, the first thing I did more or less was go after Burgundy, Castile, Aragon, basically go after everything down here, and also England to some extent, to prevent them from colonizing. I did a couple of miscalculations on that part, and the first one of those is that I overestimated Portugal's ability to colonize. As you can see, it's not really that great. It's not really that great at all. I overestimated them far too much. I thought since I had screwed over basically everyone else who could colonize, they would be fine. But Great Britain still managed to get a couple of colonies. I underestimated how it would go when I actually pushed them over to New World. So to some extent, I did landlock their colonies before you kick them over. And also I forgot the fact that Norway actually has some colonial ideas, or I believe they have national ideas that gives them a colonist, and thus they will cause trouble thanks to Iceland, and that is also a problem. And well, we can basically go to New World here to see or say what I did wrong myself. The second thing that I did wrong was that I actually completely trusted my vassals, my union, in this case Portugal, to do the colonization for me, that I didn't actually have to do anything myself. That was the second greatest mistake. The first, as I said, was basically to leave Norway and Great Britain alive to allow them to get some colonies. As you can see, Great Britain probably has most of Central America here, which is quite bad. Also, this third mistake is, once I actually go to the New World, I should simply have gone and annexed Inca, Maya, and basically annexed all of the natives, due to the fact that their colony or the provinces don't actually give overextension. I can call them whenever I feel like it myself. It's not a problem at all to do so. I can basically just annex them, release as a vassal again, I think. Or potentially take everything but one province. I have no idea if they actually lose their course when you take it. Yeah, it will seem to lose their course. But even so, I can simply annex them. They don't give any overextensions. I can call them as at my own leisure, more or less. So that was the third greatest mistake. As you can see, Great Britain has taken one of the natives, and that grew them pretty well. Aragon will most likely do the same with the Mayas here. So the New World was a partial success, but didn't actually work out as I intended. When it comes to Europe, I focused way too much on Europe itself. The fact is that Europe, I think I could actually have handled, I guess, in a much smarter, better way, and that way would basically have been to go off the electives of the Holy Roman Empire, vassalize 3 or 4 of them, and then basically, reform the empire, form the Holy Roman Empire. That would have given most of Central Europe, which is a lot of high tax, a lot of provinces, and a lot of trouble, more or less. That would allow me to basically from the get-go, or at least 100 years in, start focusing on going after Asia instead. And that would more or less have, well, given me a lot of time. I would basically, I think, if I had done that, rather than focusing on Europe, crippling everything here, back and forth, up and down, although I did abuse personal unions quite a bit, especially with Poland, Austria, Bohemia, all of them. But Austria and Bohemia is something I would most likely have gotten through the Holy Roman Empire if I simply have vassalized those 4 electors. I also get far less aggressive expansion, probably just around 60 total, versus the 3, 4, 5,000, I guess. It's basically up in that if you add it all together, that I've gained by doing it this way. So that is potentially another way I could have done this. And as on that note, that would have given me more time to deal with the Ottomans, deal with Persia, everyone here, Muscovy even. I wouldn't actually been able to cut them off, but while on that note, let's just go to ideas. The diplomatic ideas simply were the best when I started the game, but they aren't really that useful anymore. Diplomat is nice, the cabinet definitely useful, and especially this one. So all in all, I would have taken the diplomatic ideas rather soon, or most likely. And secondly, I think I overestimated the offensive ideas far too much. I wouldn't really have needed these as of now. I wouldn't basically not have needed this. Instead of offensive ideas, I should most likely have taken the exploration idea, so I could have started colonizing the New World myself. If I had done that, then I basically have the entirety of the New World to myself, as I proved through my Castile game, where I more or less got everything to myself except the northern parts and some south that Portugal got. But considering how I dealt with this in the France game, or this game, I would most likely have been able to colonize the entirety of North and South America by myself without too much fuss. It would have cost me a little bit of money, slowing me down, but since I didn't actually have to conquest most of Europe myself or by force, I would have been able to, make do with a little bit less resources there, more or less, and that would also make things a lot easier. So I guess taking diplomatic ideas first is probably a smart move due to the fact that we have a lot of vassals when we begin. I could always just cancel the vassals and then go for a brutal war, but the repercussions of that is just too much. And as I said, the second idea should have been exploration, so I could have started colonization myself. Then I'll probably go for religious, and to boost my and to boost my colonization, I could probably go for expansion after that. Then we'll probably take a couple of military ideas, probably quality and defensive, and I'll probably go for innovative again. I'm a little bit unsure if I actually would have wanted anything else, but yeah, that's basically I think how I would have done it if I were allowed to try again, or if I do try again with the knowledge that I currently have, and it will definitely help me out in the future games. But yeah, the game will change a lot, so we'll probably try again with probably a smaller nation at a later time to simply see how that works out. So yeah, there's a lot of things here that would be interesting to test out and try. So as in the night game, I have learned a lot, but I haven't really gotten that much done. So once again, let me rephrase this. Comment suggestions to what you want me to do. I'll probably make this into a weekly show. I'll probably start another series or something. I'm simply tempted to make this France game to a weekly show. We'll be testing mechanics. We'll be testing basically, let's say, releasing USA for fun, trying to help them grow to basically their today territory or something. Have them as a vassal with that territory would actually be kind of fun, and basically stuff like that. That could actually be a fun thing to try. So give me some feedback. Should I try and start this? I guess you could call it a weekly fun show, a weekly test show, a weekly, I don't know, let's abuse this mechanic for what it's worth or something like that. But basically it's something a little bit different than my Let's Plays and commentaries as they are now, because, well, I know about you guys, but I'm getting a little bit bored, kind of in the same way I got with Crusader Kings 2. So I might actually take it a little bit easier with Europa Universalis EU4 more or less, and well, you'll probably just get a little few videos for a couple of weeks. Then I'll most likely get back into the game with once they update it a little bit, get basically the new DLC. I have no idea what that is, but it's probably something connected to New World as far as I know. I haven't actually had time to read on it even. So yeah, as I'm saying, I'm sorry for not living up to 2 videos, or the 2 videos that I promised you today on both the night and the French game. As I said, leave me some feedback if you think this is a good idea. Basically, with your knowledge now on the French game here, what shall I do? What shall I attempt to do? If you guys want me to fight or try to get the entire world into a coalition against me, I can always do that. It wouldn't actually be that difficult, I think. The only thing that would be missing in this case is, well, to screw over Muscovy. So if I actually want the entire world in coalition against me, or most of it, the easiest way would simply be to declare war on Muscovy, take, well, 5, 6, 10 provinces, release a vassal, and then fight them afterwards. So, yeah, and also, as I said, trying to release USA, see if I can do that, would be fun. Perhaps you see if Mexico can, or Mexico, UPCA, is that Mexico? Seems like it. No, I'm a little bit too far south, ain't I? Well, we can figure it out soon enough. So yeah, it could be fun. Apparently I can release them here. So yeah, a lot of things to worry about. Let's see here, Peru and Colombia. Same here, I guess. And here we have Colombia. So yeah, it could, as I said, it could be fun to simply try. Might actually try and create this area until, or in the manner of how the modern maps are, I guess I could say. So once again, as I said, leave some feedback. Should I just basically do what I want, have some fun with this until we are done, or should I, well, just, it has been a great trip, it has been a fun game, just play it to the end to see how you stack up against the world. But I can basically show you now, because it will really won't change in if that's what you want to see. As you can see, I have been first in everything for quite a while and have 7,843 points so far, getting 2.5 points a month. When it comes to my country or score comparison, as you can see here, the next one is the Ottomans. They are doing pretty well for themselves too, but they're basically lying first the entire time, thanks to the fact that I believe I have no idea why I have been lagging behind. But as you can see, I have 20 points in admin rating, I have 12 points in diplomatic, I have 24 points in military, so I'm basically set to crush them. If we see a score over time, and we find ourselves, and wow, let me just set up with me and the Ottomans, and we can see how it actually went. Well, I have no idea how I actually make this thing go further back, but at least you can see here I basically gain on them, and then I've been moving up, they have been slacking on. Same with Muscovy on the same line, so that's kind of interesting. Nations Technology here, Admin Tech. Castile is actually in the lead, and then, well, lagging behind. When it comes to military, I believe I'm in front. Well, at least at the top. Yeah, well, basically at the top here. So technology-wise, we're all basically on the same level. It's kind of fun that the Ottomans actually have kept up, because I believe they still are at Ottoman Tech, if I'm not completely mistaken. We can do actually a quick little check on that too. Ottomans are still at diplomacy. They are still at Ottoman. Yeah, they're still at the technology group Ottoman, so they would actually gone ahead of me if they had westernized in tech at least. That was not what I wanted to do here. Ledger again, and we'll do a quick little check here on military armies. As you can see, no one can compete with me there. When we go to navies, I'm pretty sure I will be winning there too. Yeah, I can potentially build some more ships as well. 68 heavy ships, no one gets even close to that, so that's fine. I could potentially build some more light ships to protect my trade, get a little bit more income, but that doesn't really matter here. As you can see, income last year, it's not too shabby here. Trade 752, vassals almost as much as I get from trade, tariffs, gold. So yeah, it's kind of a little fun altogether. Economy, trade relations. No, but I'll show you something a little bit. Or the last thing here, if we exit to menu, and let's see here. This is kind of the funny screen here. It actually shows you a summary of everything. As you can see, I've actually beaten the highest historical score here for the AI, which is Spain, at 17,400. And as you can see, I'm actually far above my naval force limits. My armies are a little bit below force limits. 311 provinces, 60% overextension, almost 100% religious unity, and of course the history, the very long history of how things have been going. But yeah, I believe this is kind of boring. This is why you're showing us this. Get back to your commentaries, that's what we want. But yeah, what I'm basically giving you here is a chance to decide, should I basically... This game won't really be much. It will be me waiting for opportunities to attack, and other than that, I won't really be doing much. And actually some vassals, getting stuff done. So as I said, I'm a little bit unsure if it would be more fun if I saw some new, attempt some new achievements like Luck of the Irish, Sunset Invasion, something like that, just for basically so I can have a little bit more fun with the game, because these games get stagnant and boring in the late game like this. There aren't really that much I can gain either with by continuing this game, both for myself as a learning experience, because basically everyone will get mad at me for just taking a couple of provinces. But as I said, I can still play this as some sort of an experimental game. I can try to get Release USA to see if there's some nice events. I can try to take 10 provinces from Muscovy to see if the entire world hates me. Stuff like that. So yeah, give me some feedback on how you think about this, and we'll see what we'll do. And I do apologize for not giving the count of episodes as promised, but I'm basically tired and have a lot coming up, so I might actually have to lower the expectation a little bit. But you'll at least get 3 videos a day. I'll try to keep it at 3 for at least out this week. Then you'll probably get 2 for a little while, and we'll see how it turns out after that. At least what I will be continuing is Castile, and most likely a new EU series, and probably another game if I do not start a EU series, simply to get some variation and to get myself into another theater, or I know, basically to make sure that I do not bore of the other games, and also can keep my enthusiasm up once I'm actually playing. So tell me what you think, and as I said, criticize my suggestions, come with suggestions to improve them. Shall I just continue as I always have? It's up to you guys really, because, well, in the end I make these videos for 2 reasons. First of all, it's fun, it's interesting, I like the feedback, but secondly because it seems that you guys enjoy them and that you actually want to watch them. So I would of course try to make content that you guys actually want to watch. So as I said, we'll see how it turns out. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, whatever you feel about this idea. Should I do it or not? And hopefully I'll see you around next time, even though you probably might dislike this or not feel it too good of an idea. I'll see you around. Bye.